Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are making fresh yogurt. It's simple, it's delicious, it's creamy. All you need are some few ingredients that you can find off your market, your local store, and then you're ready to prepare your fresh yogurt. Before you get started, please do well to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. Give this video a thumbs up and please leave a comment for me. Thank you. So for the ingredients, I have wheat. This is totally optional, but I'm doing this for my mom. And then I have vanilla flavor or vanilla essence. I have some powdered milk that I bought off the market, and this is culture that I'm gonna use. Strawberry for my strawberry yogurt, and then pink food color. So let's get started. I'm just going ahead to pour 1 cup, or yeah, that's 1 cup, 1 cup of wheat into a container. Wash it thoroughly to remove any dirt or chaff that might be on it. Drain it and then pour it into a saucepan, and I'm gonna cook it till it's soft, till it's chewable. So I'm going to add a pinch of salt to it to taste, and then it's about time for me to cook it. I cooked it for almost an hour because I wanted it to be soft. So when it has drained, I just added water to it till I was happy with it. So I've measured about 1.5 cups of powdered milk into each of my container, and then into this I'm going to add about 300 ml of water. That's just cold room temperature water into my powdered milk. Stir it constantly so that there's no lumps into it. And then I'll go ahead to measure another 3 ml of hot water into my mixture. Now you can totally mix this and then use normal room temperature to room temperature of water to mix your powdered milk, and then put the powdered mixture on fire to heat it up. Or you can just use cold water and then use some water from the kettle to make sure that everything is warm and content. So I've just filled my containers up, and I'm using the hand test to make sure that it's warm enough to add my culture. So for the way you test it, you're just going to insert your finger into your mixture, and then if you can count 1 to 10, then it's time for you to add your culture. So I don't want to be biased. I'm taking 1 cup of each, 1 cup of milk from each container, and then into this I'm going to add my culture. Now the mistake I did was, would have been perfect if I had mixed my culture with just a little bit, let's say 2 or 3 tablespoons of milk before adding it to this. As you can see, it was a little lumpy, so I stirred for a long time. But that's it. After making sure that everything is well stirred, I'm just going to measure 1 cup of this mixture back into my milk to make sure that every part or every container has the perfect measure of culture. So that's about it. I'm just going to stir everything to make sure that the milk is well incorporated with the culture, and then after that I'm just gonna cover it and put it away. So now this is the hard part of making fresh yogurt. You have to set it aside for almost 16 hours. Now I prepared mine for around 3 p.m. and then I opened it the next day around 11 a.m. So I've put it oh my god, sorry for my voice. I've put it in my oven without turning it on, because that is the hottest part of my kitchen. So I'll see it the next day. So whilst that isn't, I'm gonna drain my already boiled wheat. Let it sit so that every water in it can drain. I'm gonna package it and put it in the fridge and use it the next day. So it's about the next day. I was so scared. I was thinking, this is my first time of making yogurt, by the way. I was so scared. I was thinking, would it form yogurt? But to my surprise, I opened it and look at that. And it smelled like yogurt. I was so proud of myself. Everything came out perfect. So now what I'm going to do is that I don't want to buy culture again because it's quite expensive where I live. So I'm just gonna take about 2 tablespoons of each of this yogurt out of my container, cover it and set it aside, and that is going to be my culture the next time I want to prepare yogurt, so that you don't have to buy culture again because it's expensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my whisk to whisk around my yogurt to make it smooth. As you can see, it's a little bit lumpy when it starts mixing, but whilst you mix, it's gonna be smooth just like yogurt. So that's it. That's about it. I was so happy with everything, how things came out. So now I have 3 containers. The first one, which is what I'm working on right now, I'm just gonna add a little bit of vanilla into it, mix it around, add 1 cup of sugar. Now the sugar is totally up to you. Like, I didn't want it to become too sweet. Like, I want a little bit sour taste in my yogurt, so I just added 1 cup of sugar. And then into this, I'm going to add my cooked wheat, my cooked and drained wheat. So it will have that tasty feeling in it. And then I had my mom in mind because she really likes wheat, and then those kind of things like wheat, oats. So I just prepared this for my mom, particularly for her. So that's about it. I'm gonna set it aside and then work on the next container. Now this container is going to be purely vanilla. Nothing is going to be added into it aside the vanilla essence and then sugar. I'm gonna stir it, make sure that everything or all the sugar is dissolved, set it aside, and this container is going to be my strawberry flavored fresh sugar. So I'm going to add a little bit of strawberry and then add a little bit of pink food color. So I'm content with the pink color. I don't want it to become too pink or too light. So that's it. After adding about 3 drops, I was content with it. So I'm going to add sugar into it. And that's about it, guys. Now, you might think that the yogurt is a little bit runny here. Of course, it is runny, but believe you me, after you have put it in your container and then setting it in the fridge, it's gonna become so thick. You might want it to like shake it too well before like you eat it. Because I enjoyed some yesterday and it was way too thick for me. I don't like, so don't worry if you think that it's gonna be too runny and it's not gonna be nice. It is nice. It's Miami come from me. Anyways, I purchased this clean bottle of the market. I washed it when I got home, and I'm going to pack my yogurt in it. So this is another source of income or a source of business for you if you're looking for another a way to make yogurt, to make money out of it. This is it, guys. The bottles are not expensive. The product you use for the yogurt are not expensive. You're going to get money for value. Anyways, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.